So in downtown San Diego, at any given time, there are multiple development projects either under construction or in the planning and permit stages, or there's a third category, and that are very large-scale, multiple block properties that the owners have a vision for. And in this case, I want to give you an update about what the city of San Diego has envisioned for their Civic Center complex. I'm standing right in the middle of that. Now, where am I located? So I'm right in downtown San Diego, in the core part of downtown San Diego. This entire 4-block, 8-acre property is in between 1st and 3rd and A and C Street. It's where the Civic Theater is, Golden Hall, the City Administration Building, the City Operations Building. It also includes a 5th block, which is the 101 West Ash Building, which that's the one that was in all the newspapers that the city's trying to figure out how to get out of that. The city would like to put out what's called a notice of availability to developers within the next 30 to 60 days and say, hey, we would like someone to propose redeveloping this property. Now, of course, they would sell or lease that property. Someone just recently estimated the property's worth about $120 million, just the raw land. So the city would get money for that, and then a developer would do something with this property. Now, of course, this is city-owned property, which means it falls under the State of California Surplus Land Act, which means any developer that does any residential housing on this property would have to make 25% of that, at a minimum, affordable housing. The second thing the city really would like to accomplish, and really needs, they need a place to put all their employees. And so what they would like to do, potentially, is take the old city operations building, build a brand new 500,000 square foot office tower that would house all of their employees. So that's two very ambitious ideas that the city has for this property. It's going to be interesting. So a developer that comes in here not only has to deal with the city, build residential housing, do a mixed use, they also have to think about the Civic Theater. That's a 3,000 seat, very popular for plays and musicals. And the city has said, not a deal breaker, but they would like someone to really make this feel like the Civic Theater fits into this project. Now, the current operators of the Civic Theater have said it needs work. Probably $150 million to redo the inside, maybe $500 million to replace it. Now, again, not a deal breaker for a potential developer, but that would be something a developer would have to think about. By the way, the city operations building, if they built a new tower, that could be a public works project, or it could be something they do in conjunction with a developer. So a lot to unpack in this 4-square block. City Hall, it's the City Hall Plaza, and the city wants to once and for all redo this property, but it's going to take a developer that's willing to pay the money for the property, potentially build housing, deal with the Civic Theater, and figure out if they want to do a JV to build a new city administration building. So wanted you to be aware, a lot going on. Let me know what you think about what the city should do with this property. I hope this has been helpful. This is Brad Hobson, and I'm around San Diego.